Hey there, everyone. Dr. Beth Westy here. And I wanted to talk about adrenal fatigue and whether or not you can gain weight from adrenal fatigue. This question comes from somebody who was adamantly told again and again there is no correlation to your weight gain and your inability to lose weight to your stress levels, to your adrenals. That's all a bunch of hooey, blah, 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 blah. And I feel like I literally have said this at least a handful of times today to people that I've chatted with. If somebody is telling you that your inability to achieve results, physical results, is because you're just not following the magic formula of decreasing calories and increasing workouts, then you must be doing that wrong. They don't know anything about female physiology. They don't understand how the female body, how hormones work in the body. Yeah, yeah, and the effect of cortisol and adrenal function on said hormones and then therefore metabolism. Oh, I'm so frustrated. The female body does not function like that. It just doesn't. It just can't. Right? It is not a simple formula of calories in, calories out. Oh, bing! If it was that easy, everybody would be the exact weight they want to be. Seriously. Seriously. It is not just, oh, yeah, oh, you're not getting results. Well, you just got to work harder, work longer, work more. You're not doing it right. Oh, your hormone issues? Yeah, that's not a thing. Oh, your hormone issues that you're complaining about, that you're so fatigued and that you're so stressed out that your hair is falling out? No, I don't think that has anything to do with it. Yeah, hello, hair. If your hair is falling out, there's something wrong with how your body's functioning. I'm yelling now. I'm yelling now. I got to take it down. Whew. Let me rein it back in. Holy crap. But seriously, seriously, if things like this are happening for you, it's a huge flashing neon sign that there's something going on. So if you're needing help with this, let me just put this in right before I forget because I'm gonna get on a tangent. I just know it. Link for the 12-week challenge. So these are things that we work on. We do Dutch testing. I'm going to talk about this in just a minute, but a Dutch test lets you know exactly where your hormones are at. It's a dried urine test for comprehensive hormones. That's what it stands for. So it's a urine test that actually tests not only what your cortisol levels are at, what they are throughout the day, how your body is storing the cortisone, because it's stored as cortisol, it's stored as cortisone, but also test your metabolized cortisol, which is your adrenal function, how well your adrenals are actually working. The HPA axis. HPA axis, you can Google these things. These are actual things. HPA stands for HPA. The H and P are in your brain, hypothalamus and pituitary. A is in adrenals, and your adrenal glands sit on top of your kidneys. Apparently, I make a little claw hand when I talk about adrenals. They're tiny little buggers, but they're so finicky because when your adrenals get overworked, when your adrenals are pumping out a ton of cortisol, right? But if your body is not using it correctly, or if you go through even more than adrenal fatigue, you go through adrenal exhaustion, then everything's crapped out. It's a long way back from that. But you're going to have that exhaustion. You're going to have these other issues. This also feels like thyroid issues. Yeah, it does. This also feels like if you Google thyroid stuff, a lot of the same stuff pops up. And so you're wondering, gosh, I got my thyroid tested a bunch. I don't know. What's wrong with me? Is that my thyroid? I thought it was. It seems fine. I don't know. Let's check your adrenals. 9 times out of 10, it's those buggers. So, hands down, yes, adrenal fatigue leads to weight gain. Weight gain. Why does it lead to weight gain? Because your body's having an extreme cortisol reaction. And the female body, especially, what does it do naturally? Stores fat naturally. Literally, our systems are set up to do that. Oh, come on, I don't want it to. I know, I don't want it to either, but that's how it is. Our connective tissue is set up that way. Literally, everything in our body is designed. Oh, you want a little extra pocket of fat here? Oh, let's just set up the connective tissue so you can do that. That's called cellulite. Oh, little pocket there, little pocket there. Oh, right around the hips and everything. Oh, right in your thighs. Yeah, let's store a little extra there for you, just in case. Yeah, that's what we do. That's what we do. So because this is a protective mechanism, when our adrenals are off, our stress levels are off, right? Your body goes into super fat storage mode. Yay! So fat storage mode means you're going to gain weight. Now, this doesn't mean that you're just going to gain fat tissue, right? You can gain also fluid, inflammation, other things like that. And if you're thinking, well, if I just work out harder, it'll target the fat. No, 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 no. Sometimes these cortisol levels actually prevent you from targeting the fat and it makes you target your muscle tissue for energy. Yeah, I went over that today with somebody because that's also something we see on the Dutch test. I can see and tell you, oh, yeah, you know what? Your body's actually targeting your muscle tissue. It's literally eating its muscle tissue, which means there's no way it's going to target fat tissue for you. There's a whole process to go through and reverse that. And it's all led by adrenal fatigue. So, what does that lead to ultimately? Weight gain. That protective mechanism in your body, your system will add more weight, adipose tissue, fat tissue. It's protective. It's also estrogenic, which means it creates more estrogen in the female body. More? Really? More? Stop saying things. I know it's just how it goes. But it's important for women to understand this so you don't feel like you're crazy in your own body when these things happen. So overall, then you get that weight gain. You get that weight gain. Yay. And then what happens because of the stress level, because of the response your system is having, you go through what's called weight loss resistance. Yeah. That means that it doesn't matter how hard you're working out. You can't outrun this. Your system will not release the weight. You cannot change what you eat and have it all of a sudden have a result. Like, I don't care if you're eating celery all day long, your body will store it. Yeah, that's what happens. And then you'll have this insulin resistance. So that's where your body does not utilize the carbohydrates and sugars properly, creating a problem with insulin. Now, these are the top three things that I see. So sometimes when I'm going through a test result with somebody, I'm like, oh, yeah. Wait, I can see right by their numbers there, right? What's on there? Yep, they have weight gain, weight loss resistance, insulin resistance. Weight loss resistance, insulin resistance. These three things are like a given. 99.999% of the time. Boom, right there. These are some of the things that are a little more variable. The fatigue. Now, the fatigue, you can just be tired all day. You can have some brain fog with that. You can also have body fatigue, like my muscles are tired. I had somebody today describe to me, yeah, I have a hard time going to the grocery store and doing the grocery shopping because I physically get tired. Like I'm tired to do all of that and then try and carry the groceries in the house. Yeah, that type of fatigue. And then you'd think with that type of fatigue that you'd just be exhausted and crash and sleep really well. Nope, opposite. You actually can get a second wind at night, have a hard time getting to sleep, and if you do get to sleep, you wake up frequently. That decreases your sleep quality, meaning you're waking up in the morning feeling exhausted like you didn't sleep at all. Sounds so much fun, right? But this is, Erica, I 100% have this, right? Yeah, if you're reading this list and you're like, dang it, I'm sorry. I don't just want to like deliver bad news here. I'm sitting on a bouncy ball, in case you're wondering, a physio ball. But this is important to understand and know. So this is where there's some variability here, right? For some people, they don't have that fatigue or whatever, or they don't wake up at night, but they might have the fatigue in the morning. That can be dependent on other things in your system, like melatonin levels, things like that. That's individualized. These are the three things that I see as a constant, but these are the things that are variable oftentimes. So again, it might depend on you, on some of the other levels that you have, on other health history factors, things like that, other issues, other conditions, some of those things. The hair loss piece. Hair loss. This is more than, oh yeah, I'm losing some hair in the shower. This is like you get concerned that you're going bald, or you notice like, oh yeah, I'm definitely losing a lot of hair. It's thinning out. Yeah, this is a problem. Or feeling like, yeah, I got that hair loss, but it's not coming back in. Why am I not having that regrowth? Yeah, that plays a role in it too. A decrease in appetite overall. So like, oh, I wake up in the morning, I'm not really that hungry in the morning when I wake up. You should be. If your metabolism's working for you, you'll be hungry in the morning. Yeah. Do you remember being a kid? I remember that. I mean, I'm 6'2". You can't tell because I'm on a little screen right now, but I'm 6'2". And I remember going through growth spurts and being so dang hungry in the morning when I woke up. If I didn't get food in my face, I'd be like like a nutball. Just like I had to get food in because you'd be that hungry. Now you don't need to be ravenous at that point, but you should have some type of appetite in the morning. That's a signal that your body's working correctly. So having no appetite or not having an appetite throughout the day or being like, yeah, I eat a little something. I had a half an apple and I'm full till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. That's a problem. That's a problem. And it can be related to this, yes. Or not having an appetite at the right time, or then all of a sudden getting to the end of the day and being famished. That's a problem too. And then the same thing with binging. Because if you're like, well, decreased appetite and binging, those seem to be opposite. Yeah, you can have no appetite all day long, but all of a sudden be super hungry and then binge at night. That's also a sign that your system's not having regulated blood sugar levels. Oh, this is fun, right? Come on. So it's really important that you're focusing on this and not just saying, oh, I got to stop binging. I got to stop binging. No, your body's binging because it's trying to keep you alive. Not as simple as just stop doing it. It's, let's work with our adrenal issue and get that resolved. Then your body won't need to binge because it has all the nutrients it needs throughout the day. Okay. And the other thing I put down here is sluggish. You can just kind of feel like sluggish, like blah, like ugh, like that brain fog, like things aren't working as well as they should. Detox pathways aren't happening like they should because they can't. Your body doesn't have enough nutrients. Oftentimes nutrient depletion comes into play here. And you just don't feel like yourself. And sometimes this has been going on so long that it's hard to know what your normal self would feel like. Yeah. Again, that's a problem. So go in the comments, get on the wait list for the next 12-week challenge so we can start working on these things. You get a DUCT test. It's sent right to your house. You do the test, right? It's a urine test, dried urine test. So they got all the strips, all the instructions right in there. You do the test. You send it in, the lab processes it, and then we go over it. And then we get a custom protocol to take care of the specific issues that you have. Because following something that's general oftentimes just does not work when you have this much of an issue. If you guys have more questions on this stuff, let me know. If you want me to do a video deep diving on any one of these topics, I absolutely can. Just let me know. Leave a note in the comments. If you're not comfortable leaving a comment or have a question that you don't want to put out there, feel free to message me. You can email me or message me privately. A lot of women do that. They have questions, they want to know more, and they're just kind of nervous to say something about it, and that's totally fine. But again, I'm always here as a resource and to give you guys more information so you can make the next best step for your health moving forward. Other resources I have for you, of course, are my book, The Female Fat Solution. This is on Amazon. And then my book, The Female Menopause Solution. This is also on Amazon, talking about nutrition for perimenopause and menopause. So great resources there. And then I also have my podcast, which is called The Female Health Solution. And my YouTube channel is called Dr. Beth Westy, where you can subscribe to that to stay updated on all the videos I have coming out. So that's what I got for you guys tonight. Let me know if you have any other questions, and I will see you later.